Nasty work. Nasty work. Bills defensive lineman Greg Rosseau exposes the sabotager Cam Robinson that just let him go and sack Shadur on 4th and 2. We know there's been sabotage in this Browns organization from top to bottom since Shadur has been picked. Coach Stefanski never wanted him there. It's been obvious what has been going on. And now we have a Bills lineman letting it be known how easy it was just to walk to him. Walk to Shadur and get him on the ground on 4th and 2 because he had a sabotager standing in front of him on 4th down. We also got to get over to UCSS. They had a heated debate about Shedur's performance. We got to break all of this down. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, and hype the video. Let's get right into what Bills defensive lineman Greg Rosseau had to say about Shedeur Sanders and that 4th down sack that was handed to him.
The line, it's resulted in some big plays. Has that been a focus for the defense recently?
Definitely. We've been doing a tip ball drill since training camp, so I mean, it hasn't been a focus as of late, but just in general, we always say just get our hands up because good things happen when you get tips.
What did you see on the 4th down snap? What did you see on the 4th down play? Obviously, you kind of moved the edge there.
They're asking him, what did you see on the 4th down play on Shadur? What did you see?
Fourth down snap. What did you see on the 4th down play? Obviously, you kind of moved the edge there. It was a turnover on downs. I think it was 4th and 2. You rushed.
You had the sack.
You had the sack.
I was just playing fast, doing my job. I think I hit a stab, lift. I think Joey might have hit a spin move. So, I mean, it's all about working on each other in front. There was other guys that were rushing well. He had nowhere to go except for out the back, and just playing fast and made it work.
And then how about the one at the end there? You know, that was the one where it was almost a safety. They called it a safety. They didn't. What happened on that play?
I mean, once again, good coverage. He was holding the ball, so they were locking him up down the field. And then up front, I mean, we were all rushing good, pushing him off the back. He had to retreat backwards, so that's what made it happen.
Was there anything you
See what I'm saying? Like, look how easy he just said it was. Like,
except for out the back, and just hit a stab, lift. I think Joey.
He said, I did a little stab lift. Just get him out of here. Get him out of here. Little stab lift, walk right by him. This is sabotage, man.
Hit a spin move, so I mean, it's all about working on each other in front. There was other guys that were rushing well. He had nowhere to go except for out the back, and just playing fast and made it work.
And then how about the one at the end there? You know, that was the one where it was almost a safety. They called it a safety. They didn't. What happened on that play?
I mean, once again, good coverage. He was holding the ball, so they were locking him up down the field. And then up front, I mean, we were all rushing good, pushing him off the back. He had to retreat backwards, so that's what made it happen.
Was there anything you saw or were able to set up during the game to capitalize late in the game?
Nah, I was just playing fast, doing my 111, just trying to work off the guys out there with me. Really.
You guys have had the comeback wins and had to learn to win that way. But what about this style of a win this late in the season in particular? How can you use that moving forward?
We use it for sure. It helps with confidence. But I mean, every single Sunday they're gonna put the ball down, and it's a new game. So whenever we play again, next Sunday we just gotta be ready. We can't try to carry over. Think this is gonna just carry over or whatever. Because good, bad, or in between. It's gonna be a new day Sunday, so we gotta be at our best and just bring it.
That was him on that situation. Too easy for him to go and just sack Shadur at will. Complete sabotage by Cam Robinson. He should be released. He should be cut. He's terrible. Let's take a listen to what they said on UCSS about the Shadur performance. It was a heated debate to do.
Well, I couldn't disagree more. Actually, to be truthful, when you're talking about football, you know, the crazy thing about football is it's not done in a back room with calculators. And I respect True Media, but True Media don't draft players. True Media is a nice little asset to tell you what you want. EPA, that's a nice little stat, but when you look at it, you got to take in consideration the entire totality of football. And for so long that we've talked about this, we've boiled down the game of football to fantasy football, numbers, and whose quarterback it is. You walk around the league and watch around the league. Same people told us that Kenny Pickett was the deal. Go watch what Kenny Pickett did the other week. He threw for like 5 yards. They told us he was the best option. Mm-hmm. Keep looking. Jackson Dart, I think he threw for like 32 yards yesterday. Like, maybe that was earth-shattering. Go look at Cam Ward and what his numbers are. His numbers have not been great the entire.
Jackson Dart was awful. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. He had like a net of 12 yards or something. Like, he was awful. And Jackson Dart has been awful for like the last month. Nobody said nothing about it. Cam Ward getting all these passes. He's been horrible as a number one pick. But nobody. All right.
Here. The reality of the situation is, yeah, you could talk about EPA and you could talk about all that, but you also have to take in consideration that when you look at the people in front of them, that goes into it. The offensive line is the worst in the league statistically, and that's not even debatable. When you take a look at the receiving core, they get the least amount of separation. They don't catch the ball when it's open, and on top of that, you're missing most, if not all, any of your weapons. So when you look at it, a guy who was in the 5th round, who's already thrown for 360 yards in a game, but we disqualify that because it just wasn't what we wanted to see. But yet and still in that game, Cam Ward is the number 1 overall pick.
They act like the 300-some yard game never happened, y'all. They act like that didn't happen. They act like he wasn't a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing up and going into overtime, and he was taken off the field. They acting like that never happened.
His numbers didn't look better than that. You go into this game, I just saw Josh Allen throw for 12 and 19 for 130. Like, let's keep it real. A lot of times what we be doing is, if you like the quarterback, you can find a stat to say you like him. If you don't like the quarterback, or if you do like the quarterback, you find 17 things to say. When we look at the game of football, you can't do it in a vacuum. Shedeur Sanders, to be the reality of it, has played, this is 5th or 6th game? And in those 5th or 6th games, does he have some stuff to work on? Sure, he does have some things to work on. He's a rookie. Is he going to have some mistakes? Sure. But he's shown well enough to say that he has an opportunity to be a starting quarterback in this league.
I totally disagree.
Well, listen, the film, we can go down to it. I can show you the deep ball. I can show you the accuracy. I can show you that he hits people. I can show you people said that he couldn't run the football or he was not as athletic. He led the team in rushing 3 weeks in a row. He's eluding the rush. He's stepping up every single week. He show you something different. Ask Tommy Rees. Tommy Rees said, hey, in the press conference, I want to see him.
Hey, G. Bush, you cooking that dude right? I love when G. Bush start cooking these clowns. Cook these dudes, man.
Work on moving the chains and throwing the football, not just deep action. We moved the post so much, our back should be here. We should be sponsored by U-Haul. 1 week is, our offense is all underneath with Dylan Gabriel. We need somebody to throw it downfield. He comes in, throws it downfield, does it better than all the other rookies, and now all of a sudden, no, he needs to play in structure better. Okay, well, he took what was given to him underneath the last game against the Bills. By the way, who's a Super Bowl caliber team. Last week against the Bears, Super Bowl caliber team. Both teams 11 wins. So, I don't know what you expect. This is 2 playoff teams, 2 of the best teams in the league, and he's playing with backups at offensive line. His number 1 running back is out of the game, no receivers, and in 5 or 6 games, we use these stats to say, he's not the guy. But I just saw Dylan Gabriel not do that. I done seen Deshaun Watson not do that. Oh, and by the way, all accounts are the coach who's the head of the offense is getting fired. So you got to take account of that too. The guy who was running the offense, whose offense hasn't been good with any other quarterback, is also not going to be there. So we can say he's not the quarterback or whatever the case may be, but let me just keep it real. The Browns ain't even really in no position to take a quarterback if they wanted to. If you think about it, so...
Wait, why not?
Watch this. I'll tell you exactly why as I sip my Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I mean, if they think they're...
Andrew Berry look like he's staying. If you Andrew Berry, they already said 3 wins ain't good enough. Those 3 wins got Kevin Stefanski fired this year. So if you're going to stick around and you're going to be around to pick the players, guess what's going to happen if you want to take a quarterback? You're going to take a quarterback, and then you don't have said picks to improve any parts of the roster around the quarterback. And guess what? Do you think with a rookie quarterback in the same line and no weapons, you think you're going to get more than 4 wins? No, you're not getting more than 4 wins. You'll be back in the same territory. And the same people that told you to draft the quarterback will be the same people to line up and write it was malpractice that you didn't get them any weapons or an offensive line. And then you will be the next person fired.
Yeah, G. Bush. Hey, G. Bush. That was some grandma. That was, bruh. That was one of them Potter-sums. That was a pot of something you whipped up right there. G. Bush straight up cooked these dudes. Stirring the pot. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. This Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and